Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and this ThruNite TN12 Pro has become my favorite bump in the night light. And a bump in the night light is one of those lights that you want to grab when you've got to maybe do a little home inspection or step outside and take a peek to see what's making some noise. And the reason this has moved to the top of my list is because it is a great compromise between a thrower and a area light. Good solid construction. It's got all the bells and whistles of the standard ThruNites. This thing can fire out 1900 lumens, on its 18650 battery. Its standard set of cycling across its different basic light outputs are 550 lumens, 220 lumens, 50 lumens. So that's what's cycling through here, so it's very easy to choose the one you want. Of course, bump in the night, you may want to just turn it on a super low setting. It's actually on, but you can barely see anything. This actually, we're going to go outside in just a minute and I'll show you some real world tests. But anyway, and then of course it's got a tail cap like a lot of them, so I can go to full blast. Now one of the things you'll notice, and why this is a good compromise, is if I want to light up an area, I want to kind of see what's going on both right in front of me, but also at a distance. I mean, I'd love to just grab this. This is my ThruNite TN42 V2, this massive thing, but I don't want to, put whatever I'm lighting up in the hospital. I just want to see what it is. There are smaller ones. This is a little Catapult Mini, again ideal, but the beam spread on this is so narrow. This thing will fire, hundreds of yards, but I need to kind of light up a bigger area, and I'll show that here in a sec. So anyway, this has become my bump in the night light. When I'm looking at reviewing a flashlight or taking them for a test drive, I kind of want to find out what the niche is that it operates best in. So a compromise, or actually it's not really a compromise, it's like the best of both worlds. It does have a real good thrower on it that'll still get you a couple hundred yards, but it also lights up the area. So go ahead and turn it on and you can see, in fact I'll cut one of these lights, you can see there's a super hot spot in the center with tremendous reach, but you can also see that spill. You see how fast, as I'm moving this away, how fast that spill area expands, but the center hot spot doesn't, because that's the thrower. Compare that, like if I'm firing up the Catapult, there's almost nothing outside of it. So in order to have a good bump in the night light, what you have to have is the best of both worlds, and that's what I believe the TN12 Pro does. It does have a double lockout feature. It's got a strobe feature. Comes with a couple accessories, including a little holster or pouch, extra O-rings, etc., charging cord, and a pocket clip, which I believe is a necessity in order to index it in your hand. And I pointed out that I like it around the 7 o'clock position because that's where I can feel it, at my knuckles on either hand. USB-C charging, and a real solid feel in the hand. Nice dense light. But anyway, let's go outside and take it for a spin so you can see what this actually does in a real performance environment. And we're not talking city dark. We're talking, out in the backcountry dark. So let's go have a look. So I'm out here in the dark. The nearest city is about 60 miles away. And I'm working with my ThruNite TN12 Pro, pointing at a tree in moonlight mode that is maybe 10 feet away. But the rest, it's just darkness. So I'm going to go to a little higher setting. You can see out a ways. I know there's animals out here. That's the whole bump in the night concept. So this works somewhat as a thrower. You can see that glow that this thing is casting as I fire it out there. Like, what's making the noise? What's out there? So let's go ahead and go full power. See little lights here and there. I can do that by just clicking the tail cap. If I click the tail cap again, it goes back to nothing. Doesn't go back to my smaller or lower setting. There I am firing it out. These trees here are about 120 yards away. Actually, those are more than that. That spot over there is 75 yards. So those are probably 200 yards away, way down there. And then if I wanted to go something a little less obvious, I'm going to go to a smaller or lower setting. This would allow me to easily navigate where I'm walking. I can move around. So a bump in the night light, I can go from my moonlight setting, which is barely enough to see, to a little bit brighter setting. Brighter. You can see that cycle through. And then a full-on blast if I need to look for whatever's making that bump. So there it is, folks. The ThruNite TN12 Pro in outdoor use. With that, Doc out.